I'm Loki of Literati, and this is called Kicking in the Door. Part 1, Stepping In. If you're sick for lust and set to ramble on cannabis, then come kick it with us. We'll scramble your pearls, handle the world, and finagle every angle to show what's up, like the Fandango without the second-rate Muppets that sucked. Not misusing the view here at the Fandango movie site, making a move to peer and wrangle the actual dance type, the tactical Fandango. Slips the hips for the mistresses and brings it back up for a bite and kiss. My fingertips follow curves as my lingering tongue swerves. I disperse my verse, but I bring more than verbal mercenary work. This dirty, flirty nerd makes statements to awaken quaking nerves. As such, back to the ruckus for us. We'll twist one up, get our kicks getting quick to test equip, scope pros to get social and blow what others presuppose. Outspoken as spin and show, like broken windows. A rain of glass abstaining past, pain to outlast. But turn it back into laughs and gasps, like the first lesson of comedy by Chaplin. I'm on it to see what's happening. I bite the bullet to be blessed what's honest in my rapping. A collection of mo preconceptions in my war. Sick verses still get a door when we kick in the door and drop licks crooning, but unsteady like human confetti. Zoom in on what I set free and find room in your head for me. Part 2, a quick blast to Orange County. Be better than clever, be prepared, free from despair, might within reach, scanning microfiche, feeding the beast even when young, seeing muzzled, greasy fingers, puzzling pieces that linger, remaking old newspapers into new capers and wagering what is and what should never be. See some unready to run, unforgiving past living shunned and unfair ensnared hares, eaten in torn bits by nearly defeat and worn to fits, tripod, coy dogs, born in silent packs, throats toasted to filleted crap from digesting powdered glass. Harbinger of prose behind the curtain, researching garbage grove. City's golden offer to old grannies, transies, and mobsters from tax emboldened pack holding offers, inspected, rejected, recollected. Staying in the condemned hood, be lent for food. Canis lupus urbanus is upon us, shoved from city funded above. Animal control trucks into renewal zones, back to the gritty. City's pities through with neighborhood homes. Start a freeway project means clearing out the leery residents yearly. A fearless object. A story was underneath with hungry coy dogs. What happened was an accident. City wasn't on it. Honest. Care enough to be scared? Be better than clever. Be prepared. Part 3, ride the tide. Prod me, test me, mob me, press me, but I'm more full of fit for banter towards dancers and worn-out pantsuits and bullshit that blanches without branches when exposed to my advances. Won't impress me. Ill-timed in my silly mind troubles my feet at a natural double beat. I unwind by dancing with fire. We who see to be free are supposed to take chances when life imposes such stances, glances at what's higher. My stances aspire to transcend the mire of pretense and wires. My words lance with ire at simplistic rendition of verbal tradition so rancid and tired. I'll let loose my tapestries to twirl a nightmare of unfurled, and hurl a world of pedigreed insanity, freedom of speech sore at the knees. And I hurl when I see etiquette faking it, muzzlement requirement, a splurge in clergy taking it. It sucks that I'm not making this up. Confuddlement of communication is a deviation of entitlement. So what am I florid for, raising torrent displays of scores against rigid ways have lent a morbid craze to this torpid place? Forgive what I say, forbid me to play. Is it the purple haze I blaze or the bullshit of today that makes me crave the end of days? Or maybe my blasphemy is just here to stay. I am what happens when a mud is slapped around, cut up and strapped down, brought up to be snapped around, until I cracked at the sound that static pounds, automatic rounds, theocratic grounds, vapid crown beauties whose boy band fruities couldn't go 9 rounds for their duty. Southland deputies will line the ground when they're through with me. Minority and poor indeed, disposable as a perp when I hold my own with purpose and disagree with certainty. I'm more alert as a poor man to what never worked and was shirked for rich perks. Releasing it in fire burst, this poor man makes sore po men stir. When I blur, they get nervous. Authority is sore with me, exposing their inner works for free. Reticulated for attack, I'm articulate with the syntax of a psychopath. Enemies evaporate in my backlash. I have nothing left to lose, so it's best to invest in inner wealth by winning every day that I'm dealt. I bless this right by just testing the truth all day through. I'm frothing from the abuse of social restraint, a tool of psycholingual reframe. Individuals defame, indie voices, whimsy choices maimed. Simply remain out of my brain. Don't ever tell me how to speak when you forgot how to listen. It's hell's discipline not to unleash a slingshot of iron wrought thoughts at your dome words glisten. It'll cure your cognitive dissonance, though your therapist will resist this. Fuck his mass wholesome inspired asshole squeezing required etiquette for hire. His pedagogical petticoat is fired. Professional preachers prefer to practice plutocracy, primarily preserving patriarchal punishments, proactively and lavishly latched upon a lackadaisical lethargic legion of lemmings. Yeah, not me. Fuck no. Mea culpa, like I told you. So why does that always make me the colder one, huh? Spiritual and natural. I'll shadow miracles in the path for more. Learning past childhood's burning wrath, turning to adulthood way too fast, churning through outworlds so vast, spurning starstruck whirls of ambitions to pass. Nothing good was ever meant to last. Good for me to be a psychopath. But learning past a burning yearning wanting to replay childhood's miserable days is also what Gutterhand gashes are for, so I never blame Dios or claim devil to even my score. Responsibility for inability to subvert helpless tragedy made me a man at my core. A nightmare blessed me with the right glare, and a haunting river whispered this today. A fright to bear, and I will fight here for my right to scare all those too airheaded, empty-hearted to care, tipping princesses like prize cows in the air. I'll abstain from patience, outgame the ingratiate, take sycophants straight to the pavement, nickel and dime the risks of latent hating. I'm restrained from the abrasion of relating to abasement without phasing, because I have the finesse to raise it again and again. But fuck exacerbated the situation for those who knew what all that meant. I'm on and infinite, devoid of derogative nonsense and prerogatives misspent, but I am honest and into this, evolving as primary for me to exist. Shoot your preacher if you resist this. Incidentally, I'm an outlasting, graphically outmatching, rusty hatchet grabbing fast cat with prescience. So you want to live, father? Keep your distance. I'm chronic and definite like a nerve tonic, chased by a SARS-tipped shiv of holy deliverance. To end prerogatives misspent, a positive intent mislent and bent. Oh well, I'm praying into hell for positively ignorant, intense, crisp-scented end, but it expected to be a reflection of needs without issuance. Indeed, funny how humility brings piety to its knees, while hunger drives the same engines 10 guns, tensions dense when it's done as greed. I'd rather beseech those I reach than besiege, so be warned before I leave. Politics exists in this demonic issuance, and there are demonic risks enlisted, so I'm robbing creative license from the litany living silent.